Hello, welcome, Cabbage here. In Monster Strike, let's look at the Kimetsu no Yaiba collaboration. And then as always, I'm going to pull a 10 shot, hope I get the 2 4 stars. And then we'll look at all of the characters, Hatcher and Drop Monsters. But first, let's do the 10 shot here. And we will get one of the stamps here. I guess I don't really have a preference. I'll talk about that later. But yeah, let's go ahead and pull. Hopefully we'll get some stoppage. And go! Okay, good. There's Inosuke. Oh! This guy's pretty new. I forget what his name is, but yeah, we'll have a look at him later. Oh, good. Here's the other 4 star. Stop, 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 stop. Okay, not bad. Alright, so here is Anubis. Transcendent form's pretty strong, if you've never used him. He's pretty simple. He's a Pierce with the super null damage wall and recovery. Fairly strong bump combo, the homing shot, and then the super defense down blast. And then just a very strong speed and power up. Yeah, simple, but really good. And then the other guy here, Finn. I kind of wanted him when he was first released, so I'm happy to get him here. But he is Dark Bounce Balance. He's got Null Wind and Null Block, and then Light Slayer and Light Resistance. And then the Slayer is passive in him, which will go into his bump combo, which is the Rampage Laser EL, and then the Super Dimensional Blades, both of which are very strong bump combos. And then a Strike Shot, let's see... looks like a delay, so that's pretty good. Happy to have him. Alright, and then the Omake, the bonus is this guy here, which actually I kind of wanted the most. But yeah, I'll talk about these pillars later. Okay, so let's look at the Monsterpedia. Let's look at the characters. Alright, first are the Hatcher monsters. Here is the hero, Tanjiro. He is Fire Bounce Balance, he has Minesweeper M, and Super Null Warp, so nice double null, and then he gets greater damage from both of those abilities. There's not a lot of places where you need this combination, however. Think about like where you use Cholhi, and yeah, there's not a lot of places. But you could certainly use him in Magmel. If you have not finished Magmel, I highly recommend that you do that. It's still one of the best max looks in the game. And then he has Monster Slayer and Demon Slayer passive, and that's perfect timing because all of the drop monsters will have the Demon class, so you can use him in there, get some good damage from his bump combos. Also has Laser Stop and then Vital Slayer, also nice abilities to have. Bump combo is the double Energy Circle L, and so with his Slayer, that will be same damage as Lucifer, so that's pretty good. And the sub-bump combo, again, is the Super Dimensional Blades. Really strong, but underrated bump combo, I would say. And then a Strike Shot is a speed and power up, and then I think he like shoots stuff as he moves around. It looks pretty strong. Stats are pretty strong overall, although actually maybe attack and speed are just kind of average. But he does get the Vital Slayer, and then the Mancer Demon Slayer. I can live without this guy. Next up is Tomioka, and then he is Water Bounce, Super Null Gravity Barrier, Null Block, and then Null Magic Circle. Triple Null, but no Slayers and no additional abilities, which is kind of surprising. Stats are a little low overall. Bump combo, however, is very good. He has the Lock-On Trident Laser EL, and then the Super Nagi Harai. Both really strong bump combos, even though he is just a balance type. If you got him, I think definitely you want to give him the sidekick Able Berry. And then Strike Shot is another speed and power up. And then the next turn, it'll make you invincible against all damage. So you can use it before a one-hit KO, and you'll still be alive. This guy I can also do without. Okay, and then the last 5-star Hatcher monster is Shinobu. She is Dark Pierce with Minesweeper M and Null Damage Wall. Not a lot of places where you need that one either. I can think of like maybe Kushinada Kai and then El Dorado, but yeah. Stats are low except for speed. She is a blast type, but she has the Cross Stinger. And I think she's the first character to have the blast type Cross Stinger, which should be really strong. That's already a strong bump combo, even on like balance or even power types. And then her too, she has a speed and power up, and then enemies she hits will be poisoned, and then teammates that she hits will have their status effects recovered. So she could be a good partner for people with Poison Slayer. I also do not need her. I also do not need Tomioka. He could be good in Moral, but Moral's not that tough, so... Okay, next let's look at the two 4-star Hatcher monsters. First is Inosuke. He's pretty good. He's a wood balance with no gravity barrier, super no warp, and then the repeating Slayer. The way that works is the more that he hits a single class type, the greater his Slayer will be increased. And then dash. Stats are low. He is a 4-star monster, but with the repeating Slayer and the dash, that'll help with those two things. He has the Super Flare, which is very good for a drop monster. And then bump combo, it's a speed and power up, and then there's like a tackle at the end. It's kind of like a Kirito Strike Shot. But he looks pretty strong. I think you'd want to maybe give him a Hero Scroll. Give him a couple of Kin Strength Able Berries to help with his direct attacks. Okay, and the other 4-star. This is a light bounce speed type. Super null gravity barrier, null block, and then null speed down wall. Also has the counter Slayer M. So even though he is 4-star with low stats, he'll get extra damage. And then a bump combo is very crazy. This is the super chain lightning, and then the counter Slayer will go into that as well. So very strong as a 4-star Hatcher monster. And then Strike Shot becomes a Pierce, and then Speed and Power Up. This looks pretty strong, especially that last hit. Okay, next let's look at the drop monsters. First is 6-arm girl, and then eyeball hands guy. They are fire bounce with no gravity barrier only. They have some slayers, they have wood resistance, so bump combo that the slayers do not go into, and then a speed and power up. Not too exciting. I might make them to get the medals or like to fulfill other missions, but otherwise really don't need these guys. Next up is this guy, the Drum Demon. There are so many light, bounce, null damage wall drop monsters out there. Let's just have a look at how many there are so that we can know not to make this guy. Yeah, but tons and tons, and then a lot of them are collaboration as well. And as you can see, I have a few of them. Just the other day I made Cavaletta as a lucky monster, and she's probably better than this Drum Demon. But he has some Slayers, which are passive, and it will go into his 28 homing shots. So if you made like a party with like 3 or 4 of him and get a bunch of homing shots out at once, that might be powerful, but I'm pretty sure I will never do that, so I'm going to skip him as well. And then last is Ryui. He's the leader of the Spider family. Him I might make. He is a Dark Bounce with Minesweeper and Null Magic Circle. That's a very unusual combination. Only Nobita has that. I have Nobita, but I've never used him. Let's look at other elements with that. Let's see, Darwin. Durazina, Paradox, All Might, Enma. So yeah, not a lot of characters with this, so I might make him. It kind of seems like a double null, which might come in handy for a high-level quest later. But he has a blast type as well, and then he has plasma, and then the bump combo boost. So he has maybe the most powerful plasma in the game. But I'm not a fan of the plasma bump combo, and then he is a bounce type, so it's not going to be super easy to use. And then looks like a point and shoot strike shot. So yeah, I'll make him, especially if his quest is easy. And then finally we have Nezuko, who is the best thing about Kimetsu no Yaiba. But she is the main character's sister, and then she is bitten by a demon, and so she becomes a demon, which is why she wears a gag on her mouth to prevent her from eating people. But she's my favorite character in the show, maybe one of the best character designs to come out in any anime for a while. But as a character, she's pretty good too. And then she is a mission character, so you play, certain missions, you unlock more drops of her to make the max luck of her. But she is Fire Pierce with Minesweeper, No Warp, and then the Demon Slayer. Stats are low overall, but that's pretty common for the mission characters. Bump combo is the Spread Bomb, which is pretty good for a drop monster, and then the Demon Slayer will go into that as well. And then Strike Shot is a speed and power up, and then extra damage in weak points. So yeah, she's pretty solid. Not too flashy, but could be useful, especially for newer players. But yeah, from a skills point of view, I would say maybe this collaboration is a little underwhelming overall. None of the Hatcher monsters are really good for high-level quests that are really needed right now. Like, we need good Hatcher monsters for, like, Idea and then Antithesis, and none of these characters are good for there. And then these drop monsters are kind of lackluster as well, so I don't know. Okay, but that'll do it for my overview of the characters of the Kimetsu no Yaiba collaboration. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again. Take care.